Verse, and today I am participating in the New Year's book tag. This tag was created by Bookables, and I was tagged by Opalescent. Thank you so much for tagging me. I was touched. I didn't realize that you liked my videos and found them amusing, so that made me happy. I don't know if we've interacted before. I'm sorry if we have and I forgot, but I was very touched that you tagged me. And this is actually a good thing because don't do I'm not very good at doing things in a timely fashion. So I haven't done any New Year's tags or what my plans are, anything like that. So this is perfect. This gives me a reason to make more content in a timely manner. So without further ado, the questions. So the first one is, how many books are you planning to read in 2020? I'm actually kind of trying to step back from doing numbers oriented goals because I really want to make more content for the channel. And I know that when I'm focusing on getting through books and just reading a lot of books, that I can get stuff up on Goodreads and I can do that in a fairly timely fashion. But in terms of even when I really am passionate about a book, I really want to talk about it, I just feel kind of crunched, and I feel like I don't have the time to actually make a review. So I'm not really trying to hit a certain number of books this year. I might even try and force myself to dial things back and kind of maybe change up my workflow. I usually read on the train and I have a really long commute. So maybe if I get a schedule going and switch up my workflow. So maybe I'm not reading on the train as much. Maybe I'm editing videos on the train or something to that effect, or I'm doing some other planning thing on the train. Maybe that'll help me slow down, actually get out more full length reviews, because I really do want to do that. I have so many books I do full length reviews for, and I'm trying to reread them in March and stuff. So I'm gonna try and read a book every week, a book every week and a half. So that's 35 to 52 books a year, which I am, well, I might not hit it if we're not counting single issues of comics, but I think that is a very realistic thing to strive for. The next question is, name 5 books that you didn't get to this year, but you want to make a priority in 2020. First one I want to read is David Mogo God Hunter by Suyi Davies Okungboa. The premise is that the Orisha have arrived in Lagos, and there's a bunch of gods, and there's this demigod character, David Mogo, who is also a god hunter, and it just sounds really cool, the idea of all these gods and demigods floating around in one concentrated area makes me think of kind of the Broken Kingdoms from N.K. Jemisin, and I just really like that bustling, vibrant fantasy vibe, so I'm very excited for this book, and I love the cover, so that is one I've been meaning to get to. Another one is Babel 17 by Samuel R. Delaney. This one is a space opera, and the basic premise is that there's this weapon language developed where the words shape reality, and I just think that's very cool. That is an idea that I've heard of in fantasy before. I think it's kind of common that with fae and stuff, names have power, so be careful when you give people your name. There are or the idea of ancient languages where just naming a thing or speaking in said language causes magic to happen. So I've seen that done in fantasy, but I'm interested to see it executed in science fiction. And also, I've been meaning to read Samuel R. Delaney for a while. He's one of the greats, and I've just been slacking. I haven't read him, so I feel this is the year to do so and fix that error. Next up is Record Keeper by Agnes. This is a dystopia. The idea is that World War III has just happened, and this has caused a return almost to the days of chattel slavery and pre-Civil War landscape in the United States. And I'm not in love with that premise, but this is a science fiction book that has a sequel coming out this year, and isn't one I've seen getting a whole lot of hype behind it. And I really like reading books that are more, I don't know if I'd say indie, but maybe that have less of an online following. I feel when I read the books that everyone else is really, really hyped about, I'm inevitably disappointed or let down. So I like reading sort of books that are less known, and also I don't know. I kind of have the contrarian streak where like I am kind of like resistant to popular things, so like that's just kind of how I tend to go. I tend to like books with smaller followings. So next up is Claiming Teemo by Eugen Bacon. This is a space opera about a society where it's common for the mother to name all the children, and some wayward father decides he's going to name the child, and this causes some like cosmic cataclysm where like the child splits in two, and one goes by the name that his mother picked, and one goes by the name that his father picked. And it's just like this big space opera, and I'm really excited because again, like a science fiction book that had like a smaller following, and I just really love the color palette on the cover, so I'm excited for that. And also, the author is African Australian. I don't think I've read anything by an author from Australia, so that'll be interesting. And the last one is Changeling by Victor Laval. I don't know a whole lot about the premise of this book. I'd imagine that it involves changelings, those little gremlins that sneak into your house and they snatch away your child and they put in this weird fake gremlin baby who pretends to be your child, isn't really your child. Like, I'm assuming it's going to have something to do with that. I've been read more black horror. Yes, that's why I'm planning on reading that one. Next question is, what genre do you want to read more of? I'm trying to read more science fiction this year. I really like fantasy. Like fantasy, it's like very comfortable for me. Fantasy is like my stomping grounds. It's like what I came up reading. But I'm trying to read more science fiction and trying to read. I want to read hard science fiction, but like I also don't. I want I want the veneer of cool that comes with saying that like I read and understand hard science fiction without doing any of like the work of deciphering hard science fiction. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna try and read more science fiction this year. Next question is name non-three book related goals for 2020. So in general, I would like to level up in my professional life. I'm just going to leave that kind of open-ended. Acquire more skills, just be better worker because that will benefit me in the long run. Also, I play video games and I've been slacking. I've had a copy of Okami and a copy of Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for over a year now. And like, I'm not finished Okami yet. I'm like maybe 50% of the way through. And Skyward Sword, I literally just started. So I really want to finish those games this year because I have more games that I would like to buy, and I really shouldn't even think about purchasing them until I finish the ones I already own. The last goal for 2020 that's not book related. Maybe just do some more gardening this year. I used to garden for fun, and since I started working full time, I just haven't really had the time or the will to do so. Like, I don't have a whole lot of land to work with, but like I have pots and stuff that I could get new plants for, so maybe that'll be my third goal for 2020. What's a book you've had forever that you still need to read? Kindred by Octavia Butler. I've had it for so long. I've had it for literal years. It might be like 3 years now. No, I think it's 3 years now I've had it. Wait, no, it might actually be more like 4 years now. And I still haven't read it. And Octavia Butler is like one of my favorite authors. It's weird because I don't want to read it because of the subject matter. And I've like read the graphic novel adaptation already, and like I know I'll be able to get through it. But like, I'm still dragging my feet. I need to just read this year. One word that you're hoping 2020 will be spectacular. I hope it will be bountiful. May the good things rain upon me. All the friendships. May I get all the arcs that I request. May I receive acceptance letters for all the applications I submit. Just give me all the good things, always and forever. And okay, so that's when I have to tag someone else, and for that I'm going to tag Undiscovered Flower, Olivia's Catastrophe, and Luxurious Blue. Undiscovered Flower reached out to me a while ago. They do like poetry and stuff on their channel and some book reviews. Olivia's Catastrophe is you know, far bigger than me. You probably know her. She does more book reviews as well, and like travel blogs and cool stuff like that. And Luxurious Blue, again, book reviews. I don't know if he has a niche, but I always enjoy his reactions. He has, and he gives like good summaries and stuff like that. So I enjoy his channel. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. Have a good day. Goodbye.